looks with the Norvina Volume 3 palette, and I have no idea what I'm going to be doing with this palette. I've been staring at this and I'm like, I have no earthly clue. There's blue, green, purple, pink, red, yellow, all kinds of different colors. Ugh, I don't know how I want to do it. I kind of want to do it by rows, but then that's way more than 3 looks. So I'm gonna try and improvise, see what I'm gonna do. Let's see how this is gonna go. But first, I need to prime my eyes with the Anastasia eyeshadow primer. And if you guys were curious, I do have a video already out, 3 looks using the Volume 2 palette. And I do have a video comparing all 3 of the palettes. So if you want to see all those videos, I'll have a playlist linked in the cards as well as in the description box for you. I think I'm gonna focus on the B row today. So I'm gonna start off with the basic color, B5, and I'm just gonna put this all in my crease, using it as a transition shade. I don't really know what I'm doing. I think this shade would be really pretty as a bronzer. Like when you use it really lightly. It almost reminds me of my Fenty bronzer. I'm gonna take B4 and I'm gonna focus this on my outer V right here and just intensifying it and kind of mapping out a wing shape. And then I'm gonna mix B4 and B5 together and just help to blend out the edges to make it a little bit more seamless. And then I'm gonna take the shade B2, the teal shade, and I'm gonna take it pretty lightly. And I think I want to put this in this inner part right here. All right, now I got that to where I like it. I'm gonna take the shade C5 and I'm gonna take it with my finger and place it in the center of my lid. Ooh, that's really pretty. And then now I'm just gonna go back in with B4, which is that purple shade, and just go back in and touch it up a little bit. I'm gonna take A2, which is this orange shade, and I'm gonna put this in the inner corner. And then I'm also gonna put this underneath my lash line on the inner corner. And then I'm gonna take that same B4 shade and connect it from the bottom to the upper lid. And then I'm gonna take the hot pink B3 and I'm gonna place this to help the purple and the orange blend together. And then I'm gonna take the shade D2, which is this kind of orangey gold shimmer, and I'm gonna take it on a fluffy brush, place it right on the inner corner. And then now I'm just gonna go through and blend everything a little bit better together. I'm gonna take the same D2 shade and just use that to highlight my brow bone. And now I'm just gonna finish up the look and we'll be all done. All right, and this is the finished look. It turned out pretty bright. Honestly, if you cover up the orange, it is kind of like a fall vibey eyeshadow look, but with this lip with the orange, it looks way more tropical. This is what it looks like up close. This teal gold shimmer shade, I am obsessed with it so much. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I topped the whole look off with the orange lipstick, which is the Fenty Beauty Poutsicle in Sun Snatched. It matches this orange shade so perfectly. But this is the end of the first look. Now let's get on to the second one. All right, so now we are doing look number 2. I still don't know what I'm going to do, but I do want to stick to these 2 bottom rows of the palette this time. We'll see how this goes. So the first color that I want to go in with is E4, which is the yellow. And I'm going to place this up by my brow. It's kind of of like a transition shade, just blending it and building it up. And then I'm gonna take the shade D1, which is the brown shade, and I'm gonna connect it with the yellow and kind of blending it outwards a bit. And then I'm gonna take D3, which is the lighter of the two greens, and I'm going to place that one in my inner corner and blend it up to the yellow. I'm gonna take E4, that yellow again, and just help blend out the green a little bit more, and building back up that intensity of the yellow since it disappeared pretty fast. And then I'm gonna take E3, which is the neon coral shade, and I'm gonna put this in the outer corner and bringing it out to where the brown is. And then I'm gonna take this shade E2, which is that darker plummy brown, and I'm just gonna go right in the outer V and just deepen everything up a bit. And then I'm gonna go back in with that neon coral shade, and just blend out the outer V a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take this deeper green shade, E1, and I'm just gonna put this right on the inner corner, kind of adding a little bit more of a pop there. And then I'm gonna take the shade D4, which is this copper shade, and I'm gonna take it with my finger and just put it right in the center. And then as for the lower lash line, I'm gonna take D1, that brown shade again, and I'm just gonna blend it right underneath my lower lash line, making it a bit smoky. And then I'm gonna take E2, and I'm gonna do the same thing, just a little bit closer. And then I'm gonna take E1, and I'm gonna pop this right underneath the lower lash line on the inner corner. And then I'm gonna highlight with C1 on my inner corner. Ooh, that's pretty. And I'm also gonna highlight my brow bone. And then I'm gonna be right back with some mascara and finish up the rest of my makeup, and then we'll be all done. All right, and this is the finished look. Before I get into the details, I did want to point out that the Morphe X Jeffree Star collab, where's the shade? Wand Noise. I wanted this shade to look like what's on my lids right now, and I'm quite happy that I have found a nice orange shimmer that exceed my expectations. Second thing is, I thought it would be a good idea to add a little bit of a green pop. Did a wing, and then I took the Fenty Beauty eyeliner in jalapeno out of the little trio set of the eyeliners. And the lipstick is the Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle lipstick in Griselda, because I thought a nice vampy look would kind of be interesting with this really bright, exotic looking makeup. And then here is a bit of an up close of the eye makeup. The Fenty eyeliners are still cracking, if you're wondering about that, but for things this small, I'm not really worried about it. But that is it for the second look. Now let's get on to the third and final look. All right, we are down to our last look with this one. I haven't used the purple shade. I don't believe I've used this shade or the blue shade. And I haven't used a lot of this row or the first row. So those are gonna be the things that I'm gonna be trying to focus on. There's a lot of shimmers, lots of different colors. Let's see how this goes. So I'm first gonna take the shade C3 right in the center, and what I'm gonna do with this is just use it as a transition shade. Has a nice like reddish pink undertone to it. Really good shade for blending out red smoky eyes. I'm definitely gonna keep this in mind for Christmas. Such a pretty shade, just blend it out into the crease. And then I'm gonna take C2, which is the red shade, and I'm just gonna do here typical outer V. Wow, this red and this transition shade blend so well together. And then I'm just gonna go back in with that first transition shade and just go through, blend out the red a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take this shade C4, which is this kind of dark plummy purple, and I'm just gonna use this to deepen up this outer V here. And then I'm gonna take the shade E5, which is the purple, and I'm gonna take it on my finger and put it in the middle and the center of the lid. And then I'm gonna take the shade D5, which is the shade just above the purple, and I'm gonna wet my brush, and I'm just gonna highlight the inner corner. Wow, does that have a pop when you wet it? Holy moly. So you could just leave it like this, how it is, have like this really nice, I don't know, it reminds me of winter for some reason. I think it's the red and the gold, but you could just leave it like this. But I still need to test out a couple more shades, so we're gonna keep going with it. So I'm gonna take A1, the lime green in the palette, and I'm gonna try and blend this under the lash line right here. Pack it on. And then I'm gonna take the shade A5, which is the deepest orange in the palette, and just put it under the lash line, blending it in with the green a little bit. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the green, trying to help the blending. And then I'm gonna take the shade B4, which is this purple, and I'm gonna blend that in the outer lower part of my lash line. And then I'm gonna take the shade B1, which is that shimmer blue shade, and I'm gonna put this on the inner corner. And I'm gonna take C1, and I'm just gonna highlight my brow bone with this one, and I will be right back with the finished look. All right, and this is the finished look. I didn't actually think this was gonna work so well together, honestly. Thought it was gonna look a little weird, but it actually worked out pretty well. And the lipstick that I use is the Fenty Beauty Poutsicle in Alpha Doll, the lighter purple one. And I think this turned out pretty well. One last close-up of the eyes. So this is what the eyes look like. The purple with the gold shimmer looks so pretty, and I actually do like the orange and the green with the teal on the inner corner. It gives it a little bit more of a wearable rainbow look to me. I think it looks really cool. But that is it for this video. Don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up. My next video will be another comparison between the volume 1 and the volume 2. But now we got all the looks together, and I believe I used all of the shades. Definitely correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think I went through all of the shades. I hope I did. And if you want to watch my last 3 looks, 1 palette video, I'll have volume 2's video right over here for you, and this video will be suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here where you can click on it and subscribe to my channel.